Carlos Santana's music isn't merely played, it's conjured, as if his guitar strings are veins connected directly to the heartbeat of the universe. To hear him is to witness not just a performance, but a communion of sound, history, and soul. He has carved a path that winds through the gritty streets of the blues, the kaleidoscopic whirl of Latin rhythms, and the ethereal landscapes of jazz. His influences are many, his inspirations deep, but the result is always unmistakably Santana. Born in 1947 in Outland de Navarro, Mexico, Santana's early life was steeped in music. His father, a mariachi musician, laid the groundwork, but young Carlos quickly realized that the traditional tunes of his homeland weren't where his soul truly resonated. As a teenager, he moved with his family to Tijuana, where he was first exposed to the electric pulse of American blues and rock. "I remember hearing Javier Batis," he once said. "He showed me that the guitar could express things that words never could. It wasn't just playing, it was storytelling." When the Santana family settled in San Francisco, the young guitarist found himself in the heart of one of the most vibrant musical scenes of the 20th century. The city's jazz clubs and blues bars became his classrooms, and it wasn't long before he saw the great B.B. King live. "B.B. was like a priest with his guitar," Santana said. "Every note was like a sermon. He showed me how to make the guitar cry, to let it speak from the heart." If B.B. King was the preacher, Jimi Hendrix was the prophet. Santana speaks of Hendrix with a kind of reverence reserved for few. Jimmy didn't just play the guitar, he transformed it into something else entirely. "It was like he was painting with sound," he said. Hendrix's use of distortion, feedback, and sheer audacity left an indelible mark on Santana. You can hear it in the way Santana bends and stretches the limits of what a guitar can do, always exploring, always experimenting. Another towering figure in Santana's journey was Mike Bloomfield, a guitarist whose technical mastery and emotional depth made him a legend in his own right. Bloomfield took Santana under his wing in those formative years, acting as both mentor and friend. "Mike taught me about the blues, but more than that, he taught me how to listen," Santana reflected. He said, "Don't just play notes, find the spaces between them. That's where the magic lives."
Acoustic guitar, a Telecaster, Stratocaster, or a Les Paul. You heard three notes, you heard one note, and you knew it was Michael.
As Santana's horizons expanded, so did his influences. Gabor Szabo, the Hungarian jazz guitarist whose music fused folk traditions with modal jazz, opened Santana's ears to entirely new sonic possibilities. "Gabor's playing was like a journey to another world," Santana said. "He showed me that music didn't have to fit into a box. It could be free, boundless." This sense of freedom is a hallmark of Santana's own playing, where Latin, blues, and rock merge into something both familiar and utterly unique. And then there was Wes Montgomery, the jazz icon whose melodic sophistication and effortless elegance made him a favorite of Santana's. "Wes was pure class," Santana said. "He had a way of playing that was so smooth, so evolved. Listening to him felt like watching a great artist paint with the finest brushstrokes." Santana's use of octaves and his emphasis on melodic storytelling owe much to Montgomery's influence. Jeff Beck, on the other hand, represented the wild side of guitar mastery. "Jeff is fearless," Santana said. "He's like a bird in flight, always soaring, never afraid to go somewhere new." Santana has often ranked Beck among the greatest, admiring his ability to blend genres and push boundaries while maintaining a deeply emotional core. That same spirit of adventure is evident in Santana's work, where every performance feels like an exploration. Santana's influences weren't confined to guitarists alone. He drew from vocalists, percussionists, and entire cultures. The rhythms of Latin America, particularly the Cuban and Puerto Rican sounds that pulsed through his early life, became integral to his identity as an artist. His band's 1969 debut at Woodstock was a defining moment, not just for Santana, but for an entire generation. Tracks like Soul Sacrifice showcased his ability to fuse the fiery energy of rock with the intricate rhythms of Latin percussion. "Woodstock was like a baptism," Santana said. "It was where we showed the world what we could do." In his early days, Santana also drew heavily from blues legends like John Lee Hooker and Buddy Guy. He often speaks of their ability to channel raw emotion through their instruments. John Lee Hooker's grooves were hypnotic, and Buddy Guy, man, Buddy had this way of making the guitar sing and scream at the same time, Santana said. Songs like Guy's "Damn Right I've Got the Blues" remain favorites for Santana, a testament to the enduring power of the blues. But Santana's genius lies not just in his influences, but in how he channels them into his own work. His music is a reflection of his life, rooted in tradition but always evolving, always reaching for something greater. "I don't see music as separate pieces," Santana explained. "It's all connected. Jazz, blues, rock, Latin, it's all part of the same river. You just have to find your place in the flow." Even decades into his career, Santana continues to innovate, drawing from a well of inspiration that seems bottomless. Whether it's collaborating with younger artists or revisiting the music of his heroes, he remains a student of the craft, always learning, always growing. "Music is infinite," he said. "There's no end to it, no limit. That's what keeps me going." Santana's guitar isn't just an instrument, it's a vessel for his spirit, a bridge between the past and the present, the personal and the universal. His playing carries the echoes of B.B. King's sermons, Hendrix's prophecies, Sabo's mysticism, Montgomery's grace, and Beck's fearlessness. Yet, it's never derivative. Instead, it's a celebration of everything that music can be: raw, refined, joyful, heartbreaking, and above all, alive. Listening to Santana is like hearing the story of music itself, told by a master storyteller who never stops finding new chapters to write.